Welcome back to A Life Unpacked. I'm Nicole, and it's Wellness Week again, so let's get this week started. Monday after Thanksgiving. I am feeling pretty icky from Thanksgiving still. I thought I ate pretty good that day, had a smaller portions and such, but the nature of the food, the saltiness of it, I felt very bloated. I had a bad workout weekend because of it. I just have not drinking enough water, so this week's focus is on the water. I'm going to keep a little water thing up, at least for today, which is Monday, and I'm going to keep a little water thing up, at least for today, counting how much water I've drank. I'm going to try to be very good about getting most of my water in. I think they say like half your body weight, which is 130 ounces for me. I don't know if I'm going to do that much, but I'll shoot for 80, which is great. Later today, we'll weigh ourselves to see where we're at the beginning of the week. I think I'm at 261 maybe after the holiday, so I did go up from the previous wellness blog, but that's okay. Again, it was a holiday. I'm not going to hate on myself for going up or down weight. Even if it was a normal week, this is what happens with bodies. So let's get started. I am already at 16 ounces of water. I drank water as soon as I woke up. I have filled that cup up again, and now I'm drinking my first tea of the day, which you saw me making a few minutes ago. And now I'm drinking my first tea of the day after I have had a good amount of water. So let's get drinking the water. Everyone should drink the water, and we will try to get a workout in today. I'm not feeling the greatest. I'm still feeling actually a lot of vertigo happening today. I think it's just something to do with me sleeping. I'm starting to feel a little bit better, so maybe by this afternoon I can at least maybe go take the dog for a walk or something. It's a pretty nice day out today. So let's hope for the best. Okay, let's go. Another glass down. So this is my third glass for today. I just went for a walk with Aerith. I would typically take Asher right after I take Aerith and do the same like circle, but Asher has a hurt knee and he's actually getting an x-ray in a couple of weeks for that because he seems to not be healing on it. He walks fine, but like if he does too much exercise, he starts limping again. So we're restricting him to the office for the past couple of weeks, and he's not doing walks or anything like that right now. So yeah, another cup down. I'm gonna go fill this up again. I just had a snack of popcorn. Jeff is out with his dad, so I don't think we're going to be making it to the gym today, which is fine. I'll do a couple walks. Like I said, I wasn't really feeling great this morning, so I should take it a little bit easy, especially after having a bummer weekend working out. I don't want to push myself too hard and then get demotivated. So I'm going to calm it down, relax today. Tomorrow we either go to the gym or I'll get on the Peloton tomorrow. So let's go for another glass. Good morning. It is Wednesday morning. It's about 6 a.m. Today I have to go into the office. So I work at a corporation and I'm a remote employee. However, occasionally there's events going on at our local office, and I wouldn't say I'm required to attend, but it's encouraged to attend. And since I have the luxury of having a work from home job, I don't take it for granted at all. I know it's a huge luxury to have, and I'm extremely blessed with that. So anytime they're having some kind of get together in the office, I like to go in. It makes you look good, you know. It makes you look like you're a team player, even though you're a remote employee. So I am heading in. I will be picking up my brother-in-law because I do work with my brother-in-law, and he's heading into the office as well. So I need to leave a little bit early. We have an 8 o'clock meeting that we have to attend. So right now I'm just kind of getting ready. Boy, do you want to know the makeup that I use? I don't know. I don't know how to do any of this stuff, but this is the concealer that I like. I'm not a makeup guru or girly or anything like that, but you know, I get the job done. I like to buy this foundation in the refillable bags because it's a little bit cheaper. I don't care what the makeup looks like. I don't care that it's in a beautiful bottle or anything like that. So when I do have to attend work events, while I'm not high up on the totem pole by any means, I do like to look professional. I do like to blend in a sense. I kind of feel like the best thing to do sometimes is just to blend in. Since I have a lot of social anxiety, that's the best thing for me. I will be battery worn down by lunchtime. But that's okay. We're prepared. I do have some acne going on my chest because of it. I tend to notice that I break out quite a bit when I have a lot of anxiety, and since I knew this was coming, you know, I started to mentally prepare myself. So, you know, my body reacts a little bit. This is kind of the one time that I do care what I look like. I know I don't really mind if I'm not usually uncomfortable by the way I look. However, once I'm in a corporate setting, everyone's professional, everyone looks really nice and has their hair done and their makeup beautiful, and you know, they're wearing very business-like outfits. I tend to find myself feeling very uncomfortable in formal wear, semi-formal wear, I guess. I do wear a dress, and I'll show that to you once I put it on. But you know, I will feel uncomfortable for the day because I put on Skims. I'm going to be wearing, well, this isn't Skims, but you know, it's the same idea. It's Shaper Mint is the brand. I will, you know, it feels tight. It's compressing because it's supposed to be, and mentally you kind of compare yourself to other people just because that's what, you know, society has taught you, whether or not you abide by that standard. And for, you know, 98% of my life, I don't really care. I don't care if I don't fit people's expected looks. But when it comes to my job, I know that I'm being judged, not only on my work, but on, you know, the way I present myself. That does go a long way, unfortunately, in a corporation. So, you know, I do make myself look nice, and I like it. I do like to dress up every once in a while, don't get me wrong. And if I'm in the mood for it, absolutely. I could feel myself all day long. I do on trips for sure, but maybe not so much when I'm like working, you know. But you know, we're gonna drink our water. We're not gonna have time to do any kind of gym stuff today because by the time I get home, I'll probably be socially so drained that I'm not gonna want to participate in any kind of physical activity. I'm probably going to either play a video game or I will read. I guess that's something I've never really talked about before. I'm a huge video game person. I have a video game tattoo, and I met my husband on a video game. So you know, it's a big part of my life. I've always grown up. I grew up with, you know, my mom and my sister always played games on the computer with me, and you know, we had a Nintendo and all that stuff as kids. So it's a big way for me to relieve a lot of my anxiety, and I was I was shunned actually a lot for it in high school, in school, because back then playing games and being kind of like nerdy like that, and you know, being on the computer, that was really looked down upon. And I've noticed that it's become obviously very popular to be on a computer. And it's funny because, you know, I see the people that once teased me for that kind of stuff now embracing it, and it's just kind of ironic, you know, when you get bullied in school for something that you love and you continue to love it, and then you see that bully turn around and love it too. Just kind of ironic, which I suppose has taught me a lot about my life. So see, this is how bad I am at this. I don't show anything. So this is what I use for my brows. Naked 3 palette is what I use for my eyeshadow. And I'm looking a little bit shiny. I use this powder just to take out some shine, and I feel like I'm probably gonna have a little bit of like nervous, you know, sweating today, so I should probably add on some powder here. Okay, an eyeliner. What is this eyeliner? I don't even know. NYX Professional eyeliner. So I can't talk when I do this part. I'll never get done. All right. And then we have Sky High is the mascara I like to use. Okay. So, okay. Eyes are done. It's tough to do my eyes because I have to take off my glasses and I can't see, and I'm very bad at vision. So now that I've got all of this done, the only other thing that I use is I have a Kylie lip kit, I guess it is, I don't know. Kylie lip pencil thing. What color is this one? No idea. It's a Kylie lip thing. This is how little I usually care to do my makeup. I do my makeup lightly, very natural. I don't usually do all the eyes. Sometimes I do light eye, but everything else now. But again, it's an event. There's some higher ups in the office today, so you know, I want to look presentable for that. Oh my goodness, I have powder everywhere. I'm already sweating. All right, I'm gonna finish up my hair, probably pull it half back and get on my dress, and I will show you what I look like. Morning, it's Thursday. So, office visit was yesterday. It went well. It's nice to get to visit everybody at the office. I don't mind going in as a remote employee if there's going to be my team there. So, there was a bunch of people there from my team, which was great. It's nice to get to see them in person instead of just through a camera. But I don't like to do it more than a day because I'll tell you what, I come home and I'm done. Done. I'm so tired. I think it was like 6 o'clock and I was like, I feel like it's 10:30. I was exhausted. But food yesterday, okay. Food yesterday was, they cater like a lunch type thing when there's like bigger events like this. So they had like a whole spread of different foods from a local restaurant, which was great. I had a good portion of salad and chicken marsala. I did have a sausage and some broccoli pasta noodle. So it wasn't too bad. I kept the plate pretty small, and I could tell you by the time work was done that day, I was so hungry. So that's where it kind of fell apart. I was tired. I was grumpy. I was exhausted. I was all the things. So I let my impulsive thoughts take over, and I went to Dunkin' Donuts and I got coffee and a bacon, egg, and cheese for dinner and a donut, which I didn't need the donut. I didn't need the bacon, egg, and cheese. I had food at home. I should have come home. I should have eaten this. It would have been healthier, but I did not want to cook. And that's where fast food takes over, and I don't. I like it. I'm not going to lie. I like fast food. It's easy. It's quick. It's convenient. I can grab it and then go home and it's done. I don't have to stand at the stove for a half hour. But if I'm out and about, if I'm at home, I'm not going out to go get fast food. But when I have times like this and I'm out, my first thought is, let me grab food. And then that way I don't have to make it at home. And I need to figure some kind of way to not rely on that and get past my intrusive thoughts, basically, of like if I should get it or not. And then of course this morning I went, I had to take my father-in-law's dog to the groomer, so I dropped her off and then I stopped at Stewart's and I got a nice coffee, which not really drinking coffee, but of course then I got coffee last night and coffee this morning, and don't forget the coffee that I had on my way into work yesterday. So, I'm justifying having coffee. I've noticed, like, I'm not drinking coffee in the house, but then I justify every single time I'm out as I need a coffee. So I need to get away from doing this. This needs to change. That was kind of like an epiphany for me right now. I didn't realize that every single time I go out, I'm like, let's get a coffee. Like, because I don't have it at the house anymore. Now I'm automatically assuming I need to get one outside, which is more expensive, and it's defeating the purpose of not having the coffee. So, yeah, I need to change that. Obviously, I'm going to drink this one because I've bought it, and I'm not going to waste the money. Today, we're back at home, back to my normal routine, back to my comfortable casual clothes. Oh my gosh, I bought this on Poshmark. I don't know if you can see it, but there's a stain on it, and I do not even care because this sweatshirt is like the comfiest. This company, it's Sunny and 78, I think is the name of the company, but they make these like wide neck, one off the shoulder type sweatshirts, and oh my god, I love them. So I bought it, and then of course it came with a stain, and I was like, I don't even care. You can barely see it, and even if you can see it, I still don't care. I'll wear it with a stain on it. I'm comfortable in it. And it's cozy. Yeah, so we're back. Oh, there's a cardinal outside my window. Oh, cute. So, back to the normal routine today. I'm already determined to have a salad for lunch. Work is dinging, so clearly I need to go and get on my work game. But, yeah, I'm ready for my salad for lunch today. And then we're going to have, home chef for dinner tonight. 100% going to get on track. I need to get some water now that I'm drinking a huge coffee. My water game yesterday was not the greatest, but Monday and Tuesday it was pretty decent. So I think Monday I ended up getting like a full 8 hours, but okay, I gotta go to a meeting. I've been up since 4 o'clock. It is Friday, last day of the week. That's great. But I'm exhausted. This week has been unproductive in so many ways. I know there's going to be weeks like this. I want to make this huge change in my life. I want to be healthier. I want to be more organized. I want to be doing more things in general. But, you get all this motivation to do something in your life, and then it's like it's good for a couple of weeks, and then it starts to peter out, and I don't want to feel like that. I guess this is a little bit of my depression, anxiety rolling around potentially. I could, when I feel like this, I feel like I could be slipping into a slightly depressive, anxious weekend. However, I'm going to try to reset. I'm not a mental health professional. I do not see one. Therapists are fantastic, and I think everyone should have a therapist. I do not have one. And mostly just because of unmotivation to go. I already know with the time that I do have, I don't do everything that I want to do here. So it's like lower on the list of my priorities. However, I also don't feel like I'm lacking. Anytime I do start to feel like this, I'm very good at being able to regulate my emotions and kind of pull myself through it or out of it in a healthy way, and it doesn't really like hit me long term or anything like that. Usually, in a couple of hours or even the next day. It doesn't usually last long. But anyway, I can kind of feel that just a little bit. Just being like honest with that whole thing. But anyway, this week for fitness, I haven't done good. Monday I did great. I tracked my water. I drank a ton of water on Monday. I tracked my water. I wasn't working that day, so maybe that's kind of why I had a little bit more time to focus on it. I went back to work on Tuesday, and it was, playing a lot of catch up during that day, and I wasn't really doing much with my life that day other than just getting back on track after the holidays. And then Wednesday, I was in the office. I knew that was going to be a highly anxious situation, and it does usually pull me down for a couple of days afterwards. So yes, yesterday I was, I just kind of went through the motions yesterday. I had a girls' night last night. So that was, today's Friday, so that was last night. So Thursdays I have a girls' night with my best friends. And, we got together and hung out, which was nice. And we hung out longer than normal, which was also nice because it was just nice to kind of like veg out and talk. And, it's nice to have that kind of like support outside of your house, especially because like I am remote. So getting out and not necessarily like going out because I'm an introvert. So like going out into public is a little bit much for me, but like going over to my best friend's house, that's fine. Like I can hang out with girls. And it's just the three of us. So it's not like it's a lot of people or anything like that. And, they're fantastic. So it's an easy social interaction that I usually can handle. But today, like I didn't sleep great last night, and now today I've been up since 4 a.m. I have another day of work, which I'm starting to work on here. I pulled up my calendar, kind of looked at what's going on for the day, and kind of planning out what I want to do for my in between my meetings and such. I know that I am going to dinner tonight at Jeff's dad's house, so I'll have to order food for that. Usually when we get together with his family, we order something to take over there. Sometimes I'll make something, but yeah, tonight we're going to order some Jersey Mike's. So I'll have to place that order at some point today. I know I need to look at my my planner and kind of set that up for the next week. And I want to also update my Goodreads because I know my books are out of, like I read last night and I didn't update my progress and stuff like that. So I want to update my progress on my books and kind of organize that a little bit. So I have a few like little things that I need to do like that. And then I want to start thinking about next week and what I want to do. I tend to notice that I enjoy doing the vlogging process here, more of like what's going on in general, not necessarily like pegging it down to like the health or the organization like every single week. So like next week I don't have to be like, oh, it's an organizational week, so let's do an organizational task. I would like to be able to just vlog my week, and maybe I'll throw an organization thing in here or there, and then focus also on the healthy. So then that way I'm kind of combining those things all into one part of who I am, instead of it being like very segmented. It's nice for a playlist, I guess, to kind of separate them out. I don't know. This YouTube thing's new. I'm just trying to figure it out. Trying to figure out what works best for me. So, yeah, I know that like I'm not expecting millions and millions of people to watch me, and that's not really the point. The point is for me to get comfortable with the creative process, me to get comfortable with editing and talking and explaining my day, and not so much explaining my day, because I notice I'm sitting down in front of the camera just yapping, and like what I need to do is I need to be showing you. I need to be taking the camera out of this room, showing the things. I should have taken it to the office and maybe shown, like, I can't show the office, but I can, I could have showed the food spread or something that day. I could have done other things to show my life. So when I do watch back these for myself, more than anybody else, to see what was going on that week, to see what I was getting up to, because I can guarantee you, even right now, I don't remember what I did on Monday, other than the fact that I wasn't working. So, so it would be nice to kind of be like, I remember now. I was doing a diamond painting. Like, I should have shown the diamond painting. Like, I don't know. I got to get out of this weird, just sit down and talk about the week, or sit down and talk about the day, and actually start doing the creative clips and taking the B-roll and being more of a storyteller in my own life. So that's kind of like my goal, I think, for next week. I definitely can start it tomorrow. I shouldn't say next week. I can get things changed up for even like this week's vlog. So that's what the plan is. I'm gonna, not even tomorrow, let's start today. We're doing it today. So I promise. Let's go. this is just for me. I do daily journal. I guess it's not daily. I do journal. It's kind of like a scrapbook / journal. So let's like set up a page here for today. So what I usually do is just do a little bit of like junk journaling style, and then I'll write my journal entry and feelings and how I am in between. So let's do a little bit of a spread here before the workday begins. So today's Monday. I forgot to close out the vlog last week, but I'm here to, do that. Yeah, last week was not very busy. I wasn't very motivated to do much. I didn't film a lot. There wasn't much going on. It was kind of a boring week. I got that creak in my neck around Wednesday. So, I kind of took it easy the rest of the week for the most part. Did a lot of like reading and whatnot, but yeah, you'll have to check out next week's vlog to get an update on my reading. I plan to go over that. I think I'm going to go over that pretty much at the beginning of the week where I'm at, and then maybe little snippets throughout the week as I do things. I will tell you I did complete the Final Gambit. Good series. I did not care for the ending of Final Gambit. I thought like the final scene was a little rushed. I wish they kind of drew it out a little bit longer. I'm excited to, I guess there's a 4th book in the series technically, so I'm gonna read that 4th book, which is kind of following the boys. So I am gonna probably start that next. I'm gonna see where it falls in my list of things that I'd like to read. But I do want to go into that next before I go into the Grandest Game series. So yeah, anyway, thank you. Please, stick around and watch next week's vlog and subscribe, like all the, things that you would do. And we'll see you next week. Bye.